Hey, everybody. It's Mel and Tony under the tree. Mel, Tony, and Kyle. Well, I hope everybody had a good day, a good week. Well, I been to church. Mel, you been to church?
Why you always ask me that?
Because I want to save your soul.
My
I don't want
soul
you,
is saved.
your soul saved. Kyle, you been to
Yes.
church?
No,
Okay, that's the number statistics.
no.
That's statistic. You know, I like numbers, right?
Yeah, 2 to 1.
2 to 1. That means we got more sinners on this darn earth than saved people.
So you think everybody
That's always been the case.
Huh?
so you think people in church don't sin? You think they ain't sinners?
Yeah, but that's the problem. That means the two people around me, the grouping people around us. So that's I scared. It's like I'm gonna die alone. I don't have
You
company.
born alone, you better learn
No,
to
no, no,
die
no. When
alone.
I go,
It's more
when I
saved people outside the church.
say
Tell him
again,
that again.
what's that guy?
It's more saved people outside the church. It's more saved people outside of the church.
We moved somewhere. Hello.
Oh, damn.
Okay. Well, Carl, you could hear. Tell me when you could hear me.
Yeah, I
Could
can
you
hear
hear me,
you.
Carl?
Yeah.
Okay, good. We had some technical little problem. So what you saying? More people save outside the church?
Yes, there's more saved people outside the church. Yeah.
Why you say that?
That's the truth.
Yeah, but I was curious how you
That's
why
the
you say
truth.
why you said that? Why you say that? Why you say
What
that?
makes it the truth, Kyle?
If you go in a church, if you go in the church,
Uh huh.
everybody sins, but not everybody who says they go to church is saved.
No.
So you
Uh,
have to think about it. Think about the percentage of people who go to church, right? Most of them, I would say most of them go into church for a reason.
okay.
But this
What?
might go over people's head. But anyway, this might go over people's head. I think it might go over person's head.
Uh-huh.
But if you go into church, right, there's a percentage of people who are Christian, and there's a percentage of people who go there because their family is Christian and they have to go. Then there's a percentage of people who go there because it makes them feel good. So don't mind the people in the church. The people in the church could say they're Christian, but that don't mean that they're Christian, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So what you saying? The church is full of liars.
The church is full of liars, full of pretenders, full of people who claim to be Christian, but they
So,
don't follow Christianity in their hearts.
so you trying to say I go into the church with full of demons?
Or you might be a
Yeah,
demon yourself.
yeah.
Ah! Demon don't look like me.
Oh,
Demon, I handsome. I black and handsome. Demon don't look like me.
oh Lord.
Demon's ugly. So
Uh,
I
the,
see
the,
when I know demons when I see one.
the description that I have Lucifer
Hmm.
is that he was the most beautiful of all angels.
But that's a demon. Yeah, most times.
So you say you
I say
handsome though.
handsome. Hold on, there's a difference. Beautiful and handsome is different. No, I handsome. When you beautiful is when you meet a yellow woman with wigs and all them lashes on. They the demon.
So Lucifer was a yellow woman with wigs.
He was a yellow man with wig. Yeah, he ain't look like this. I got bald head,
Oh
uh,
black, and I got bald head, and I handsome.
Lord. Anyhow, Kyle,
All right, so
I
let
think
me
we can't win this one.
no, because you telling me if you telling me the most churches for demon, the Lord doesn't need to stop going to church, because what we doing is bringing demons home.
That could be a thing.
So it's spreading.
yeah.
That could very well be a situation.
So that's why you saying majority of people don't go to church.
I know that that's why the majority don't go.
Well, I'm trying to get. That's why my question is
We will have to do a survey in
okay.
order to find that out, right, Kyle?
I just do a survey,
Because we'll be
Yeah,
guests.
but I just do a survey. Me, you, and
yeah.
God. Two of
Yeah,
y'all ain't
but
been to church.
the two of us are very well adjusted.
I believe you all too.
We are
Demons.
believers in God.
Hmm.
We are good people. We love people. We help people.
Hmm.
And we obey the laws of God. Am I speaking correctly, Kyle?
Yeah.
So
So,
could I say this and then close
so
this? So what you saying to me?
going to church.
Going to
don't
church
make you a
don't make you
Christian.
Christian. So going to church is
Yeah,
just
that's big.
And not going to church does not disconnect you from God.
yeah. But
See, I
how would you
can't
know
say
about God
Christian.
and the Bible tell you a story?
Okay,
The
you
Bible
see,
tell
we're gonna go back to
no, we ain't gotta go far.
pre
Mhm.
pre Christian church,
Okay,
right?
pre-Christian church,
Pre
pre-Christian church.
even pre Exodus church.
Okay,
Where did the people worship?
in their heart.
Okay,
Mhm. So you trying to tell
they
me?
communed one on one with God. They had the priests, they had their gatherings, I'm
Mhm,
sure,
mhm.
but it was no organized,
There was no building.
Okay,
no building.
so
It wasn't a building.
And the people were more loving and kind
Uh,
and obedient.
so you saying to me, if I give you $10 every day, that make me a Christian?
I'm not saying that.
What would you saying? Because you saying if I don't go to church, I ain't Christian. I don't have to be
I
Christian.
ain't saying, see, the
I
thing,
get in the bottom of it,
I
you know.
don't limit connection with God to Christianity.
Okay.
That's the thing. The,
Okay.
the, the, the term Christian
Mhm.
throws me off because you're saying anyone who does not bear the label of Christian are not saved, or they are lost, or they are sinners. And
Mhm.
I'm saying that is not so.
So I go to church don't necessarily means I'm a Christian,
Or
but
that you're more connected to God.
you don't think by going to church it prick me
Well, that
to
depends on
become
what church you're going to,
yeah.
first. And
Mhm.
secondly, the Holy Spirit, according to Jesus himself, is who has been given the responsibility of leading us to God. And we have
Boy, somebody give us a
Ken
hook.
Perry
yeah,
God.
Boy,
that's a
I know
whole paragraph right there.
there's a whole can I know you? Can I know you right on it? I know somebody could be on it. I know
He
somebody
said,
could be on it.
Boy,
God's true church,
Mhm.
Zion, New Jerusalem. Can you see that, Kyle?
no, I have the
It's so
camera
tight. You gotta get
The
glasses too.
humans, the
small.
kingdom of
The
God,
camera small.
the
Yeah,
kingdom
okay.
of God within, the temple of God, not building, money, suit, dresses, the fashion hall, no God power and presence, just loud noise, death, and hell. The modern churches. First Peter 2:5.
What's
Us,
this?
the human,
That's the one.
also as living or lively stones, us, the humans, are built up a spiritual house. Us, the humans, holy priesthood, house, us, the humans, um, holy priesthood to offer up sacrifice. Okay,
Again.
Ken Perry God, acceptance to God by Jesus Christ. Case
This
is
is close.
closed.
And then he goes on.
In Christ, not in the church building, God is not, and brethren could not speak unto you as unto spiritual, but as unto carnal, even as unto babes in Christ. Know you not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? But God.
Ken, I know that, right? But I got a prick. I gotta, you gotta make sure they go down that road because I know you for many years, and I know you ain't fooling around with no building. I know that. So, and I understand that. But there's a lot of people still going to church and believe that they gotta go through the church to get to God, and they still believe in that. And so I got these two folks here. I was just trying to prick them to see what in their little brain, but I know they grounded. So I know.
Say thumbs up.
Yeah. So anyway, so I went to church this morning. Y'all didn't go.
For the third time, no.
Yeah, right. And the reason I went because I want to feel good.
That's good
I
for
want to
you.
be uplifted, and I had so much things on my mind. But guess what?
Mm-hmm.
I heard the same thing I heard for the last 15 years.
But that's okay. Repetition deepens the impression. The thing about it is, maybe that's.
You can't laugh it.
I think that's where I got saturated because I got tired of hearing the
But that's exactly
same
what Ken
thing
tired. He tired.
Same thing,
What he tired?
same thing over and over,
about
over and
this.
over again. God could open doors. He could make a footstool for your enemies.
Yo,
He could do this and he could do that. And this is your season. And blah blah blah. I mean, this is the same thing. It's the, you
why
know
you
the
got me
script.
like it sound like you
It's the
know it too
script.
well. But Melanie tell me this a long time, and I was mad at her because I tell her, she say, right now I'm not what in transit. What are you say? Some way she used some funky word. She said, I'm just going through whatever. She said, but I'm gonna stay home now and I'll make that decision down the road or something, whatever. But I can't do that. Let me tell you why.
Habit.
Not really have I don't want nobody to do that because if you don't continue to hear it, you
But
might
you don't have to hear another person's
no,
mouth.
no,
Let me listen to
it's
me.
good to be,
You see what we have here, right?
Mhm.
Why is loving so hard?
Yeah.
Because we keep hearing all kind of watered down version of love. We keep hearing a whole pile of watered down version of our relationship with God.
Mhm.
We can have a one-on-one. The young man said it. This we are our body is only a temple. This physical is
Mhm.
not us. We our very existence is God incarnate.
Right.
We are his temple. We are his representatives. We don't need to go
Mhm.
into a church to have people browbeating you, but you're sinning and you're doing this and you're doing that when they themselves
Everybody sinning.
are
Everybody sins. That's
sinners.
the
We
Bible.
all are
The Bible
sinners,
tell you that.
right? Basically, sin is a transgression of God's law. So the laws are there. The laws are in the land. The laws and regulations, rules and regulations, the law of the land are all grounded in it. The constitution's grounded in the word,
Mhm.
right? But the thing about it is we don't give ourselves time enough to spend time alone with God to hear what he has for you on a
Mhm.
personal level.
Mhm. So I look at it and I just because churches also has done so much in communities. So I still has to be
Churches do have their
yeah,
role.
yeah, they have the role.
I ain't
And
downplaying
so they
that.
believe that
Yeah, they have their role. Yeah.
they have the role. And so I have to still be a part of the body to
Because
do my
that
role.
is what you need to do,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I do my role on a daily basis,
Mhm.
right? People call, they
You
want
coming to you now, Ken?
um um advice, they just want a listening ear, they need help with something,
Mhm.
and the list goes on and on. It is the purity of your heart. It is the obedience to loving the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might,
Mhm.
loving your neighbor as yourself. Now, we love our neighbors, but plenty of us don't even love ourselves. So you can't even love your neighbor because you don't love
But
yourself.
because most people give because they want to receive, most times it might be money back, but recognition that I
Mm-hmm.
give.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. It ain't no big deal. Okay, quit Ken saying let's get, and then you
Say
can
the
start
true
again.
church is missing. The
Mhm.
thing is, loving each other is the church, is what he said,
Yeah, yeah, we'll be talking about
right?
it. Yeah.
Um,
And
I
so,
have. Mhm.
go on, you go
No,
on.
I have been reflecting quite a bit on the writings of the New Testaments, the authorship, and I would say the difference between them and me
Hmm.
is they saw Jesus face to face.
Okay.
I didn't see him,
Mhm.
but Jesus himself, when they asked, show us the Father, he said, if you see me, you've seen the Father. So basically, for a Christian now,
You see
if
me,
you see a Christian,
you
you
see the
see
Father.
Jesus, you see the Father.
That's what the Bible says.
That's what
Yeah,
Jesus
that's what
said.
it says in the
Okay?
in the New Testament.
Now, how
But
many of us, when we look at another person, see Jesus?
nah, whole lot.
Because that's what Christian is,
Christ like,
Christ-like.
yes. But he also says,
I said that before.
yeah,
Anthony says most churches nowadays preach sower, sower, sower. They don't have think what? They don't have time to offer true counsel.
yeah, they don't have time to offer true counsel, which is missing in the church because nobody want to
Oh,
do that.
so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody wants to do that one on one no more.
But then the thing about it is,
Because
if
you know what I
you
find
ain't
out?
prepared to do
There
that,
you go.
go sit in the corner.
You know what I find out?
What?
A lot of them don't even know what they're
Believe
about. Yeah, what they
themselves.
believe. Yeah,
Mhm.
and so
All
there's all
I
a bluff
say,
and a fluff.
like
The,
like Anthony say,
mhm.
so.
So.
So you come and you sow, and then God gonna give you the
Yeah,
increase,
yeah,
not the church,
yeah.
right?
And then they leave you high and dry, and in some cases, what that word exploit you.
Exploit,
Exploit you. It's all about. It's all about the
exploitation.
exploitation. They take your money. They take your woman. they 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 destroy your marriages, and then they take a lot of time away from the family.
Yeah.
And
Programs, so many
a program.
programs.
And
Yeah.
every time you go now to church, they had a new thing. It's a new thing. Oh, we can have boat cruise. Then we can have fun day, and then we can have it's never.
Well,
It
what
just
they're doing is offering a clean alternative.
and it's becoming so like a social club.
Well, it's been a social club.
I mean,
It is a social
yeah,
gathering
it's a social gathering.
for religious
Yeah,
purpose. So it's
but
oriented around the word of God.
mm,
But in essence, you see one, you see all.
and it's so sad in the and the pastors have so lavish car, house. He's the only one with the lavish. Everybody else, he walking up and down. He don't know work really, because he pointing at everybody, right?
Mm.
He pointing at everybody. He got everybody. Carl doing this. Carl music head. This one do the prayer. This one. All he doing
So
is
it's administration,
yeah. But
not ministry.
but he's
administration.
he's living off it. Nobody else can get live off it. I got you, Ken.
He
Yeah.
says the perception is great there. There are much sugar and salt being preached on the pulpit, light mixed with so much darkness, little truth.
The font is so small.
No, it's all caps, but
Okay.
again, normally I have to
The screen,
large, but
yeah,
because
yeah,
the
the
screen is
screen so
already
light,
large,
yeah.
yeah. So it's light mixed with much darkness, a little truth mixed with so much worldliness, only having God's spirit or truly saved. One will be able to discern light from darkness, truth from deception. But God, Jeremiah 7 and 8, ye trust in lying words that cannot profit.
Yeah. So Ken, I gonna ask you the question. So if I open this church, you come in? I just want to know, since you ain't going to the other ones, you might come to me. You might believe in me a little bit, so you might come.
No, he ain't gonna believe in you. He may share the belief that you hold,
Kyle, you ain't coming?
but he ain't gonna
You ain't gonna be
believe
my
in
music
you.
minister?
No, that's all right. Uh, I
I
run from you, man.
was a sticker. I was the guy with the big stick. I had. I ain't gonna- so, but anyhow, let's get to that topic. Boy, it's nice. Boy, I even expected to go that way, but That's what the people want out there. So you got to get them what they want, eh? Yeah, man. So so she so our topic today actually is what?
Why
Why
is
is love
loving
so
so
hard?
hard? Yeah.
And and really sometimes even go back to the same thing we talking about. What do you say? You say, yeah, yes,
Us together, the church.
yes,
Yes, us together, the
yeah,
church.
yeah, us together to change. Yeah, so um our topic today is why is love so hard? And even in the church, love is hard, Kyle. And
Yep.
love is so hard in the church you won't believe it because you have to have be a person certain class of person. From see, an old lady comes in the church and she broke. They show love at the door. You come in. That's the fires. They wouldn't even put on a board. They wouldn't. But let a guy come in there with money. He goes straight to the board. They don't know where he come from. They show love to him. You get invited to the host. You get invited to this way, invited to that, invited everywhere. But so love is hard when you're broke. Love is hard when you're not like us. Love is hard in relationship. Love is hard when you decided to marry a Jezebel. Why you looking at me like that? Why you looking at me like that? A lot of men marry Jezebels, and they don't really see. They go to God after they done marry the Jezebel. That's when they go to God, Carl. That's when they decide to ask God the questions. And
Yep.
so, but a lot of us do things backwards. That's why love is so hard. In our relationships, um, we we somehow make love difficult. We everything we see we complain about. That's what we do wrong. Everything. Some things we just could see and just leave.
Well, according to Ken Perry God
Mm,
Jr.,
mm,
these are all things of the world.
mm.
People are focused on the world.
Yeah.
The standards that they live by is set by the
Well,
world. Things run the world.
mm, mm. And so we become so thingsy now.
Because
That's the
we've
part.
been programmed to believe that only things matter. Look at boy, listen.
Mm,
Look at the family structure. Look at the work relationship that people share.
mm.
Everything is a competition, a contest, and everyone believe in this scarcity that is only so much to go around. So I gotta claw you down so that I could get, and you will have to toe the line. After I didn't get whatever left, you could have, or
Yeah.
you could scrummage
Yeah.
for it with the rest that are there.
But you don't look okay. Prime example, why love so hard. You got to look like the rest of people for them to bring you in their love food. You understand? So if you ain't got the long hair, the yellow face, and the and that, and you don't dress the part, they'll they won't bring you in their food because you're not one of them.
You talking church for full, or you talking relationship full?
Relationship and change, all the whole thing. If you think about it, if you don't wear lipstick and dress up like them, if you're not like them, if you're not sweethearting, you're not having big parties and driving fancy car. You're not like them. You can't be you in my class. So what I do, they so classes now. So you ain't like you go over there. Even on the job, if you're not talking and singing the way we doing it, you against us, right, Carl? On your job,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Because if you say to one day, they say, "Will we going to build this?" and you say, "Why?" From the day you say why, they will make it very difficult for you
Hmm.
because you're not going against you're not going you're going
You're
against the
not with
grain.
them,
You're
yeah.
not going
You're
and
not a team player.
you cannot be individually different. Everybody got to wear dreadlocks and everybody got to go the same way. Everybody got to wear the same what I say, I use the word sissy, sissy type of clothes, or you don't fit. And this is how it is today. And so many times, why love is so hard, people are afraid to give love
Why are they afraid?
because they're not grounded. They don't understand from the family bringing upbringing, the mother and the daddy upbringing in the home. They don't understand because they never was taught love. They never saw it. They never was taught it. Like, look, I'll be afraid. If me and you married, I'll be afraid to kiss you in front of my children because I said, well, I don't want my children to see me and you kissing.
That's a cultural.
But this is what I'm talking about because this family over here do it. We follow them. Why I can't say, hold on, I can kiss in front of I can show love in front of my children. Here goes again another thing, and the whole world is changing. Why I can't beat my children because the world say I can't beat my children?
Why are you beating them to start?
What you mean? Why I beat them?
Yeah, why? Why are
Why
you
should
beating them?
why should I not beat them?
Why should you beat them?
Because if the only way for me to get them to understand,
But beating is not a language.
beating never be a language.
But
Beating
then
is
you understand what?
hold on. Beating it'll stop you from doing what you're doing twice. If I tell you, if I cannot control you by my voice,
You hear what
I
the
have to
word is?
control.
That's the problem.
What else? Whatever. What I supposed
So
to do?
you think God really give you children for you to control them?
As they before they get 18.
No. He
So you
didn't
know.
give you
So
for
what you
you
trying
to
to tell me?
control them.
So what you trying to tell me is that I must let my child jump overboard
That's
and
not
drown.
controlling. That's training.
No. I ain't training him yet. Listen what I say. I should let my child jump overboard and drown. I shouldn't like control him so you don't jump overboard.
So beating them will stop them from jumping overboard.
Beating will change their mind if I speak to them once or twice and they continue to do it. The punishment of it will change their mind.
So the punishment doesn't have to be beating them.
Well, the punishment could be, hold on, there you go, row time. The punishment is be what I deem that I could use because
No, you
hold on,
deem what
because
your
you might
parents
use hold on, because you might use something totally different. I mean, your punishment will be stand to the wall. That works for you.
Mhm.
My punishment,
Or it would be withholding something that they desire.
yeah, but what I learned from my mother, bring the switch. That's what I learned.
Yeah, and
Did the
so
switch stop you from? Did the switch stop you from doing wrong?
Yes, it worked for me.
in his mommy presence,
You sure about that?
I
You sure about
guarantee
that?
if I didn't have the switch, I wouldn't be in the position I am today.
So you saying that you never did nothing wrong after you got the switch? That's what you're saying?
Not in the present.
so what?
Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay. Got him now. Got Mel. I got him. I
Yeah.
got him.
See,
Not in the presence, but you still did wrong. Not in the
this
presence, but you still did
is
wrong.
what we should be teaching in the church.
Communication,
Yes,
effective
effective
communication,
communication. Yeah,
not beating. Because you know what?
beating
Hold
because
on, hold on.
but Jesus beat a lot of people.
Why is that is not true?
Yeah,
That is
he
not
he
true.
going into church and what everybody in the church and tell him get out of my church when they was doing all that foolishness in the
You
church.
see
What
how
you talking
people
about?
is take
No, yeah, that's the truth.
one little thing. Okay,
Jesus flipped the
Yeah.
table.
Ken
Jesus ain't never
says
beat
it
nobody.
helps.
Okay.
Ken says it helps. Now, as much as
Anthony's where you is. Like,
as
admit.
much as I do not encourage beating,
Mhm.
yes, I beat my children, but I only beat them after I know beyond the shadow of a doubt that they deliberately went against an advice or a counsel. Because children, this gets smart even with punishment. You
I agree.
withhold. So at the end of the day, all the different methods help. But let me tell you why I have a problem with beating.
Tell me why you have a problem.
Number one, You get in a passion.
Spread the rod,
Number
spoil the
two,
child.
you hurt the child beyond reasonable force. Right? Some people punch their children like they fighting somebody who create a fight with them.
But that's rare.
That
See,
ain't no rare. That was
No,
commonplace
diarrhea.
when
Diarrhea in the Bahamas.
hold on, hold on.
Diarrhea.
I am not gonna flick anything on my child that can hurt my child.
yeah,
No.
when you get angry, you don't have no idea on how forceful you are hitting. That's why, for me, with parents who insist on beating their children, I say
Mhm.
never hit your child with your
Why
hand.
is love?
Get a belt.
What? So this come back.
And never hit your child in their face. You hit them on their arm or their legs, but you don't hit them in places where you can actually cause. Hitting is traumatic.
Why love?
Hitting is traumatic.
Why love is so hard? It's the same reason. Because we hate to enforce it.
No, that's why love is so hard, because people don't know how
To
to
love.
show love,
Right.
right? And
Mhm.
that's because they've only known control, the word you use,
Mhm.
okay?
Mhm.
They have only known that their rights have been taken away. You know how many children were beaten for something they had nothing to do with, but the parents
Exactly.
said,
That's it right there.
But love.
Behemoths is beat for everything. You ain't supposed to do that.
and it is no excuse.
Behemoths, you ain't
Love
supposed
is
to do that.
not an excuse to hit a child. And
Yeah,
that's why there is so much physical abuse in relationships, because you only teaching the child when you can't have your way, hit,
My mother,
strike the hell out
my
of them.
mother used to take the switch, beat me, and she told me every time. These are words.
Your mother was a sensible woman.
I am beating you because I want you to know what's right and wrong. She didn't say that.
And when she beat you, describe the beating.
She's hit me on my legs only.
Okay, that's the point.
Yeah. And so the topic today, why is love so hard? Love is hard is because we selfish. We 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 we, we, we want a hole in our own, right? We want a hole in our own everything. We don't want to share nothing. We talk about our mouth, but we don't share. What you wouldn't believe it. I hate to go back to the church, but you wouldn't believe there are people in the church shout every day, praise and praise the Lord, and they're the meanest set of people in the way.
Yeah, they're the ones who just beat up their children,
Listen, you go back to
beat up their
the
partners, right? Also their neighbors,
she go
right?
back.
Most unruly on
I
the
tell you,
job. Want us to continue?
yes,
Joni say never hit your child when you are angry
yes, Julie.
either.
But
And then
mm,
Ken says you're making a point. It's where self-control comes in,
yeah,
right?
it,
But you gotta listen. Children learn what they live. If you beat children, children learn to beat others. If you communicate effectively with children, they learn to communicate effectively with others.
I believe there's room for both.
I agree,
Because
but
yeah,
in extreme
but
situations.
yeah.
if
Yeah,
go ahead, Kyle. Mm,
yeah. I see the issue with me is
okay,
beating should be for stealing and fighting and something extreme, something stabbing. That's what beating should be for. But if behemoths is beat, if you spill something on the floor, oh, I could beat you. You can't. You can't beat children for accidents. And that's what behemoth. That's how behemoth is parent.
Yeah.
And then
And
they
then
always want to start beating at the age of 2. Come on, that's a 2 year old. You know what I
they're,
mean? And
they're just
there
discovering.
has to be, yes, there has to be a better way to manage your emotions in terms of when you want to beat the child.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing I have. I'm not really against beating, but behemoths need to know the appropriate situations to beat. You can't just beat for everything. Okay, you spill
You,
something on the floor. You know, you tell them. they walk off or something and you spanking them or something. That's children. Children will do certain things, but
No,
you have to let them, just correct them in the proper manner.
yeah. And then too, what we do is we impose adult way of thinking on children. Children have to go through a phase of development. They don't learn to reason until they reach a certain age. They don't have good motor skills until they reach a certain age, right? So their clumsiness, their ability to reason and make a judgment, they don't have it. So what do you do when you beat them for a mistake? You literally shut them down from discovering, from being curious, from solving problems, right? Because they are fearful that if I make a move, and you also take their voice. That's why so many young men are in prison today. That's why so many young women are in dysfunctional relationships, being abused by men and thinking it is okay because that's what you teach them is normal.
I don't I don't agree with you wholeheartedly, but the certain parts I agree. But the question today is why love is so hard. And love is hard because either we not teaching our kids how to love.
And which is the best way to teach them?
I guess communication, I guess. What's the
Uh-uh.
best way? Showing it?
Showing.
Well, we can't show it because
Why?
most of us uh
Listen to this.
having issues, we can't express it neither.
Because our parents didn't
You
show
know why
us.
you can't show it?
Tell me.
You know why you can't show it?
You tell me. I only bring it up. You tell me.
You can't show it because your parents never showed you love. That's where you get most of your development from, your household. So you can't
I
show
agree.
love to others because you was never shown love in the
But
household in when you was growing up.
yeah,
I'm not speaking about you specifically. I speaking
no,
about
but
in
most
general.
of
In
us
general.
came. Okay, let's look at the old school, like your mother, my mother, old school. And we came from the old school, and Ken mother and Carol mother. Their mother, our mothers came from the old school. So we got it. We were taught, even though we had principal background, we know we went to school and we went to school that helped taught us out of the home, right? Because we had good
Well, school
background.
is still doing
Yeah,
that.
but
As a
today,
matter of fact, children
Hmm.
learning more in school than they learning in the home these days. And and
you think
and
so?
from this,
Hmm.
what?
You think so?
I think so. I
Oh
know so.
yes,
Because the
yes,
majority of
yes. That's
parents
the truth. Yeah.
time on the job. When the children in school, they on the job. When the children out of school, they on the job. When the children are asleep, they on the job.
So you think we chasing money is the problem?
Yes.
But
Well, you have to chase money in this economy, but that's it. It's a cycle. It
no,
all
Balance.
like connects to
I
each
don't
other.
think I
Balance.
don't know if we have to chase money in this because
Balance.
I believe our society built this way.
Yeah, we are
Yeah,
programmed to
because yeah, we
believe,
are programmed to
right?
believe that we have
And
to have
then
money.
there
Yeah.
are things that we want and the things that we run after that we could do without. The basic
Yeah.
Yeah,
necessity
yeah, we chasing
of
after things
food,
that we don't need.
shelter, clothing, love, and belonging. Food, shelter, clothing, love, and belonging. But we running after food, we running after shelter, we running after car,
Hmm.
right? And we are dying. Our families are disintegrating.
Yeah, and society is not good for grown up kids no more now. There's so much distraction and things you try to implement. I remember coming up, you had to go to a boys' brigade, you had to go to after school program, and I remember all of them was teaching me how to love. Even though things we did, they would stop us in our track. The olden days pastors and the olden days elder statesmen, they stop us in our tracks when we go wrong. Now nobody stopping these kids. Nobody even care about these kids.
Because because if you get involved,
Ken.
you will get chewed down.
Yeah.
Ken said, he quoted Matthew 24:12, because of iniquity, not God's law, commandments, I guess wickedness abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so love is
Why it's so hard?
one of the most difficult terms to define, because you have one version, I have one version, Kyle have one, our viewers, everyone have a different one. They may have similar elements, but
Okay.
they are so different. And the thing is, for you, um, sometimes I kind of wonder if what I understand as love is something foreign, you know, because
With foreign.
yeah, because
Because
I don't see love factoring into a lot of the things that people
well, let's look at marriages.
focus on.
Let's see if we can, before we close. Let's look at marriages. Why love so hard in the marriage? I think people get married for the wrong reason.
I think love is hard for one reason.
Would be
The
money?
same reason that parents beat their children.
Money?
Control.
You think that's what it is?
Control. Money ain't got a thing to do with it.
What do you mean?
Everybody
I can't
want
find a
to
good
be
wife
the
now because
master of the other person.
you think that's what it is? Control?
When I marry you, when you met me,
Mhm,
right? I
mhm,
was standing,
mhm,
I was walking,
mhm.
I was dancing, I was laughing, I was skipping, hopping, jumping. I was free. Now, when I marry you, why should I not be able to still do those things?
Because when okay, if I marry you tomorrow, the Bible says what? We become what? One.
So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you don't marry a cripple, because when you marry him, you become one. You can become crippled like him.
But that's what the Bible says. See, hold on now. You can't.
See, listen to me.
Go ahead. I listening.
See, that's
I know how to
how
irritate you now.
that's how people
Carol, help me. Can
that's
somebody
how
help me?
people just get
I'm in trouble.
confused with Jesus being God. But still, when Jesus was on the cross, he called out to God. So how Jesus could call out to God while he on the cross if he is God?
Say it again. I missed that one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, say it again. I missed that. That
Uh-huh.
one. Say that one more time.
All I'm saying is
That's
we have to be clear on what we are believing and what we are saying,
Mhm.
because we contradict our own selves by the things we say and the things that we do. Be clear. Be clear. That's the same thing.
No,
Be
no, no, no,
clear.
no. It's different. It's
No,
fine.
it isn't.
No, it's different.
I am telling you.
No, it's not. Yeah, so
Okay.
we we trying to get what you say, right? We can do it.
It's the same thing. He just changed
Change the words.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and so what you say?
People are confused. We just confused.
People confused.
And that's why I promote stepping away from all the noise in the market.
Mhm.
Find time alone time,
Mhm.
where you could study to show yourself approved, where you can hear the direct word of God. Like I started to say earlier, the difference between me and the writers of the Bible is they saw Jesus firsthand, right?
Mhm.
They sat at his feet. Okay? So we have adopted hook, line, and sinker that these are infallible men, right? Not the word is infallible, but the men are infallible.
Mhm.
But you got to realize that every human brain is a filter. So when something, information comes through your brain, okay, me and you could stand and we could hear the same thing, we could witness the same thing, but how we process it and how we disseminate it is completely different. So do not tell me that God don't speak to me, I got to go and look at what he said to Moses and what he say to Muhammad and what he say to this other prophet, because just how he speak to them, he can speak to me too. If I would connect with him, he will connect with me, because the same spirit that is in you is also in me.
Well,
But we allow the spirit to
I had
die and
something. I
dwindle.
had something yesterday. I had an experience yesterday would blow me, and I was not going to bring it up. I was gonna bring it for the next show. I was going to use it for the next show, but since you
Hmm.
said something just
Hmm.
now, you pricked me. I had experience that I went to a funeral, and after the funeral, I met my brother, and he says to me, "I'm go somewhere with him." And I said, "Where we going?" He said, "Man, come go with me," and I went. But when we get there, knock on the door, I realized that was my next brother house. And so, but I hasn't been there for a long time, I ain't been there quite shy. So when I get inside, my brother lying in the bed, it was a shock. Carl, I know you don't know this, but it's a shock that my brother was bedridden. Nobody called me, nobody told me. So, and he was bedridden for a little while, and he just came from an operation. And he was telling me about how this lady came, his wife brought this lady to pray. Now, all my life, I know my brother was what they call Muslim
Okay.
or whatever. Not everything Muslim, what they call it.
Non-Christian anyhow.
No, Muslim. I think it's Muslim. From the Muslim faith. And what shocked me is he told me he stopped the lady from praying.
Hmm.
So I said, why would you s- stop this lady from praying? He said, because I'm not knocking her, but what she was praying wasn't for me. So I said, but are you gonna know it who it for? He said, it wasn't for me. He said, I 80. I've been married 60 years.
Hmm.
I bedridden. Why are you gonna pray and talking about I can get up and I can be this and be strong again and all this? He say, as 80-year old, the Bible tell you you're gonna die, right? That's what the Bible tell you. You're gonna die. Every man can
Hmm.
die.
Hmm.
So why are you here praying for me to get up at 80? You should pray for me. So when I leave this earth, this is what he tell me. And so I was like trying to process this. Like,
Again, it has a lot
That's
to do.
powerful, boy. That's powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's powerful, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it
Yeah.
shocked me. You understand where I coming from?
Yeah.
That
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
was shocking. He says, and he says, I done finished with dessert. As 80-year-old, bedridden, when 80 pounds, what other bed sore, what other work I can do? Why are you praying for me to get up here?
For two
Yeah.
reasons. One,
Mhm.
some people believe in the power of prayer.
No, that's not the
And
question.
no,
It
no,
wasn't the
but
power.
you asked
Yeah,
why.
it wasn't the power of prayer. I can tell
That
you
is
why he said.
why why he responded that way
Yeah.
is one thing. Why she did it is another. She and he are on two different wavelengths when it comes to life and purpose. For him, he has already accepted that this is his plight.
Mm-hmm.
She, on the other hand, feels that God might have something else that he wants him to do.
An 80-year-old
So,
man.
yeah,
Hold on,
God
wait,
used
wait,
180.
wait. Listen what I say. 80-year-old man, 80 pounds, with
Yeah,
bear sauce. But hold on. I
yeah.
understand. I understand where you come from. But
Hmm.
listen to what he says to
I
me.
understand what he says.
Right.
All I'm saying is her faith is at one level and his is at the other. He believes in a particular part, she believes in another.
And he says, this is what he says. My spirit and her spirit should be as one. So many of you come in here, you should know my spirit if you're a Christian. That's what he said.
Not necessarily.
No. I mean, say I'm telling you what he's saying.
I
Yeah.
understand.
And so it is had me baffled. You understand what's going on, Kyle? You understand what's going on? There's some deep.
Yeah.
It is deep.
So I will like, hold on. I must got to go back to my Bible because I try to figure. Hold on. As 80, this woman praying for this guy to get up. I wonder what the Lord says for the end of time.
You know, that there, that right there.
Yeah, I know.
Say, listen,
You know the story, moral of the story? You know what the moral of the
what
story
is
is?
the moral of the story? Please get to it.
People are afraid to die.
But he's not afraid to die. Your
And-
brother isn't afraid.
No.
So some people are.
Some people afraid to die. But you got to know. You
For
have to-
yourself.
Yeah.
For yourself.
Yes. You
So-
got to know for yourself.
So I would say the moral of the story is your relationship with God
There you go.
is an individual
There you
matter.
go. You got it now. See, you got. But I didn't understand
Well,
it. I can't answer. I didn't understand it because I thought that I didn't understand it. I thought,
Ken say she prayed right.
yeah, can't say she prayed right.
So for different people,
But-
again, measure of faith.
But he was at this point where his prayer, well, God, if you're gonna take me home,
Take me now.
take me. Yeah, that was his prayer.
Mhm. He don't see himself getting up from the bed while she sees that God has the power to raise him up.
Exactly.
that's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of life right there. Different
That is
perspective.
it.
Yeah,
That
and
is
that is
definitely it.
and that
Yeah.
was had me thinking. Well, mother sick.
Where you stand, that's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
it should have you thinking.
Yeah.
Where do
Yeah,
I
that's
stand?
exactly say where you stand. Yeah.
Thinking that,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
now it's time for you to
Yeah.
think. Like, hold on. You gotta before I get to that bed
Mhm.
and before I become bedridden, I need to do all the things that is required me to do before I get to that point. So there,
Ken says the spirit of life is living forever.
yeah,
The spirit of life has set us free from the law of sin and death.
yeah. And so he has traveled his time, I guess.
In his mind.
Yeah.
In his mind.
And he was
And the thing
quite
about it is
comfortable with
the
where he
thing-
was at.
the thing about it is this. My life is between me and
And
God.
make up.
Now, how I live my life may affect and impact others.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, when it begin and when it end, it is all in the hands of God.
Mhm.
Everybody gotta go to God for themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
So now we come to
Everybody gotta go to God for themselves.
the show.
So why is it so hard to love?
Mhm.
Because everybody is so confused.
Everybody is selfish.
He said that, Ken says
Yeah.
selfishness.
Yeah, selfishness.
Yeah.
And so we come to the end of our show, but the show next week can be so powerful. That can be the show. That can be the show of the century. And let me tell you what it is Muslim. Why we hate the Muslim faith.
Hmm.
Why we criticize the Muslim faith. So we can
Well,
go to
I don't
sorry.
have no criticism. I
Yeah,
don't have no criticism.
There's a lot of
they're
criticism.
global attack on their
Yeah.
faith.
And so
Oh,
we go through why and the reasons, and we can go through it. Why we don't believe Catholics are Christians.
You don't believe that Catholics are Christians?
I am only telling you what the people are. I ain't telling you what I. It's a show.
Even they tell us Christian.
Yeah, I only putting it out. You want me to tell you what I
Ken
believe?
Perigo said that's powerful.
Yeah. You know what I want?
We can learn next week.
Yeah.
That's
I will tell you why I
the
don't
secret.
really too much.
Don't attack the people.
I don't attack nobody, but I tell you why I don't as a young boy coming from a church, a Baptist church,
Mhm.
or Seventh Day Adventist Church, or um, what's the next
Was
one?
it Pentecostal?
Yeah, I just don't understand why all this tradition and cling, 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 and the smoke, and uh, I get and I try to figure all
Well, you're gonna
this.
learn some things next
So
week then.
next week we're gonna take this on. Now I know my friends out there. Now listen, my Catholic and my Muslim friends. I know you can say something. Somebody says something. I know how y'all go,
God is not a denomination.
right? But
He ain't no religion
you know,
either.
legend, you know what I mean. But the cling, I mean, all this wiping of this stuff, Kyle, and all this
God
drinking of
is
it,
a
and all of
spirit.
that.
That's
I
right.
don't know what that has to do
You will
with your
learn
soul.
next week. You'll
So
learn
I know
next
I
week.
got friends out there who will eat me up. But
It's
that is what.
significant. It's
But to
significant.
them, I
It
don't
is
see.
significant. If
I
you
don't
read
see
the
where.
Bible, you will know the significance. It's in the
I
Bible.
don't see where Mary had to do with this.
Any of ladies?
It's in the Bible.
Huh?
I
Sorry,
mean, it's the part with that's in the Bible, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I know
The
that.
part with Dan Goodson.
Yeah.
I know the part of Mary, but what it has to do. Yeah, I'm gonna close now. I'm gonna close right now. But we're gonna take that on. Now I know that's a touchy subject because people feel that to be mashing the
But we
religion,
have to be
but we the
empowered.
truth.
Yeah.
We want the truth. We don't
So
care if you mash us. We don't care. We just don't care. We just want the truth. And if the truth reveal that this is what it is truth, that so be it. So we bring our show to the end. It's been a big one, it's been a long one. And Kyle, Mel, you got anything to say before we close?
no, just thank you all for joining. I truly appreciated the dialogue coming from all those who commented.
Yeah. Well, like I say, it's another day and it's under the tree. Carl, Mel, and Tony. This is where we meet every Sunday, 3 o'clock. After you go to church, eat your food, come on. You can meet us right here.
Under
Um,
the tree.
and, and so
Speak the truth,
speak the
Kenzie.
truth. All right, Ken, we got you. So anybody have a good day and enjoy the rest of it.
See you next
We'll see
week.
you next week Sunday.